Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Convo. My name's Ebony Chappelle, and I manage programs and communications. Today, with Ashley Gurvitz, who is the CEO of the Alliance for Northeast Unification. Hey, Ashley, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Ebony?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I want to first start off by saying thank you for being a part of our poverty and wealth discussion series earlier this quarter. Tell us a little bit about the work it is that you do at Alliance for Northeast Unification for people that are unaware.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you for this opportunity. Every single time there's the ability to share good and really paint a true picture about what is happening. Beautiful, resilient work here in Northeast Indianapolis. It's always an honor. So, with that in mind, we are a resident-led, resident-founded community development corporation that really serves between the catchments of Fall Creek Parkway, Shadeland Avenue. We have East 46th Street to the north, 30th Street, and some other little dynamics of area coverage adjacent to that, where we simply look to be a convener, a great neighbor, in seeing that if you either are a resident, a business owner, or just a community partner that is activated in wanting to change the landscape and improve the quality of life here, that's everything that our focus in is on and will continue to be.
That is awesome. I know that in having that conversation about, bridging the gap between the story that has been told and what the new story is of that community. One of the cool things that's happening is there is a grocery store that is going to be opening up in addition to a partnership with Cook Medical and Goodwill. So just tell us about all the good things that are happening over there on the Northeast side.
Absolutely. Now, to really help paint the picture of the goodness that's here, 2020 was a year of refinement. Now, us being a predominant community of color, with our leading community being the Black community, where we have an overwhelming almost 80% persons of color percentage in the catchment. Already systematically, we know some of the injustices about what we've seen live across our screens on the national level, even locally. But to make matters worse at a time with COVID and the economic impact, we're like, we need opportunities back. Who will help see that with these decade-long, advocacy approaches, methods where we thought the delivery was great, but then the recipient we're still under promised for pathways to move our life forward. We really walked into an incredible partnership right when hope was really on this very, very thin line. Not in a negative that people would give up, but to know how much we had to do to be heard. And to have that one partnership, you just feel at the gut heart, like, we hear you. What can we do? It's just created this wonderful union and empowerment that I'll be forever grateful for. So a part of this partnership really has taken a dynamic way of not only bringing together a neighborhood-based organization like Unique, where we will always see from the beginning to end resident input, to a corporation with a medical manufacturing device supplier like Cook Medical, a philanthropic partner like Central Indiana Community Foundation through the Indianapolis Foundation and the Central Indiana impacts we have. Awesome. But what do we do to see people not lose jobs? So we have Goodwill also to the table, and 100 jobs is coming to an area that needs hope the most.
Wow.
With those 100 jobs, it's average, starting livable wage of $16 an hour, with incentives on site So you don't feel like you are in a position due to the adversities of our environments that we're trying to improve. You know, access to get to work may be a problem, but you shouldn't fear losing your job for that. So
Mhm.
having just every intricate detail be centered around our residents, letting them know they've been heard, it's just been great, which echoes into our upcoming announcements we'll be making regarding the grocery store of similar content. It's great we can scale up these opportunities, but can we see even that it's transferable where you can make a difference in cross-sector partnership by helping a resident, a grassroots mom and pop family-based effort, and especially in a community of color that's been often or not marginalized. So we
Mhm.
got two incredible youthful young adult leaders. They know the people that they spent their childhoods with, the people that raised them were hungry. So they've had this passion and drive to try to fix it and to realize through that collective of partnerships I've talked about, in addition to other partners like Martin University and Joe the Grocer with his advisement and consulting, our city-based and local and state-based governmental affairs entities. It's going to be great to know our celebration once completion will be done is having now 2 new residents that have a $4 million asset of average where it'll be theirs to own. And they put in the
Mhm.
sweat equity and learning and building their capacity. So I'm just excited altogether about that.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Mhm.
Uh, all the great things that are being done, and on this Convo series, we always ask people to reflect on the leadership lessons that help to grow them into the person that they are. So I would love to hear what that is for you that has helped you do the work it is that you're doing on the Northeast side.
Well, I'm a firm believer that all progress moves at the speed of trust.
Mm.
And as a young Black female, being very honest, I'm learning it's okay in the new season that I can say I'm a young Black female that is built after adversity, seeing the resiliency, this beautiful cohesiveness of neighbors, that I feel fortunate that that was built off of the servant leadership style. Now, when you start getting into the fact of service will always be embedded in everything you do, it really made me realize as I'm looking to grow and expand, what are the other tools of leadership that I need to see that our vision that we've worked so hard on together will always be preserved, respected, and always used as that centerpiece for every discussion we have. So servant leadership alone wasn't going to cut it. So I've been very thankful of even series that you've been putting on, Ebony, on behalf of Leadership Indianapolis, that's made me feel it's okay to embrace new if I know that those growing pains will be for the betterment of others. And as a leader, we're in this new different phase. Yeah, I'm a millennial, but I love being visible with what we show. What better way if we're leaders just to show that your servant leadership is just the acknowledgement of being vulnerable. We often are not sometimes skip that bit of that journey, but there's so much reward out of it. So it's always ever, growing the scope of what this project is. So that means the learning will be too. And again, through the mentorship, advisements, working through those storms where people are like, what are they doing
Mm.
over there? We're bringing neighbors together
Right.
and to see the activation, like, oh, that's what you're doing. Here's how we want to help. I tell you, there's been no greater rewarding feeling to feel like, okay, we got this, and let's grow this to be everything we need to fill in this gap of opportunity that we've been needing since the time of manufacturing change. And now we got manufacturing and others that are making sure they're making a commitment to come back, but also be good residents too. And even the partnership has taught me new ways of learning and negotiating and more tools for the toolbox, which means everybody can win and we can pull it out when we know we need it the most.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I am excited to see the ways that you all continue to win as this process moves forward. Ashley, thank you so much for talking with us. How can people find out more information about Alliance for Northeast Unification?
Yes. So to find out more information about the Alliance for Northeast Unification, please know that it's powered by the United Northeast Community Development Corporation. So if you go to our website, which is www.anuimpact.org, you will find a great snapshot of what we are doing, what we are seeking to get your support in with various volunteer, support efforts. But most in particular, finding out ways just to come and learn what we're doing to be a great neighbor here in Northeast Indy. So you can find that on the website. And then, of course, as always, social media, we have the @ ANU Impact Indy. So again, thank you so much, Ebony, for this opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you to each and every one of you for tuning into the Convo. For more about Leadership Indianapolis, you can visit leadershipindianapolis.com.